Um, Hello guys, and this is Booya. I'm Boo, and this is my beautiful co-host Iya. Say hi.
Hello.
And today we're doing the part two of our, well, technically part three if you count the first video, but this is the part two of the previous creepypasta reading video. And today we're reading Eyeless Jack and Squidward Suicide.
I'm so excited. I'm like
Woo.
so hyped for Eyeless Jack.
You've been hearing quite a lot about him, huh?
I nothing actually.
Well, anytime you see a creepypasta video and Eyeless Jack is mentioned, you sent it to me. So,
I have every time
yeah.
I see something that is like some it if it has creepypasta in the like caption, I just send it to you.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay, not my fault. I'm a good friend who listens to your hobbies and takes care of you properly.
Just last video you said, yeah, you tell me all about these creepypasta characters, but I zone out when you do that. You
No.
literally just I can clip that. I can clip that.
No, it's not how it was meant to
There's
be. What I meant was no matter how. Okay, well, it kind of does sound like that. I do forget. I mean, do you remember every single one of Blade's lore?
yeah, that he's gay and he's sad and he's suicidal.
Okay, now we move on to the today's episode. Okay, so I'm reading Eyeless Jack first. It's is the picture related?
Yeah, the picture is related. Also,
Is that Eyeless
there's no
Jack?
writer. Yeah, that is the Eyeless Jack.
I wait. Let's see. Maybe it's at the bottom because sometimes it is at the bottom. Nope, no author.
Yeah, okay.
Eyeless Jack Creepypasta story. Hello, my name is Mitch. I'm here to tell you guys about an experience I had. I don't know if it was paranormal or whatever stupid words people use to describe supernatural phenomena, but after that thing visited me, I believe in that paranormal trash now. After a week after I moved in with my brother Edwin, after my house was foreclosed, I finished unpacking. Edwin liked the idea of me moving in since we had not seen each other for 10 years, so I was excited too. I soon fell asleep after I moved in. What? After the after that first week, I heard rustling noises coming from I wait. Immediately I'm confused by the timeline.
What are you confused about? A week after he moves in with his brother Edwin.
Wait, okay.
Uh,
He falls asleep as soon as he
yeah,
moves
literally.
in after
Yeah,
the first.
literally.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh.
After that first week, I heard rustling noises coming from outside at 1 in the morning. I thought it was raccoons, so I ignored it and tried to fall back asleep. The next morning, I told Edwin about it and he agreed. Okay. The next night, however, I thought I heard my window opening and a loud thump, as if something entered my room. I darted up and looked around my room, but I saw nothing. The next morning, Edmund dropped his coffee cup when he saw me. He held up a nearby mirror and I saw myself. I had a large gash in my left cheek. After I was rushed to the hospital, my doctor told me that I must have been sleepwalking. But then he showed me something that made my blood turn cold. He lifted up my shirt to reveal a sewn up incision where my kidneys were. I, st- I stared into his eyes, mind widening.
You somehow lost your left kidney last night.
My doctor told me.
We don't know how though. Sorry, bitch. This is the same. This is the same doctor as Jeffrey's. Let's hope for
I.
the best.
Let's hope for the best. Oh yeah.
Well,
Next night was my breaking point, and my other kidney was taken.
he's not alive.
Oh god, I died.
I like that after his kidney somehow goes missing, he's just like, okay, let's just go back home. Like, whatever, nothing to do about it now.
Also, that's not your breaking point. This is. I woke up one day with my left kidney gone. It was okay. That's cool.
But my right one,
My right one was precious.
because it was the last one left.
signed it at an NBA game.
Oh no.
The next night was my breaking point. Around midnight, I woke up to see a truly horrifying sight. I was staring face to face with a creature with a black hoodie and a dark blue mask with no nose or mouth staring down at me. The thing that scared me the most was that it had no eyes, just empty black sockets. The creature also had some black substance dripping from its sockets. I grabbed the camera from the nearby
I
mantle
don't know. Sounds French.
and took a picture. Sounds right. and and took a picture. Immediately after taking the shot, the creature lunged at me and tried to claw open my chest to get my lungs. I stopped it by kicking it in the face. As I ran out of my room, I grabbed my wallet. I would need the money. Okay? I ran out of my brother's house in the night. I eventually ended up in the woods near Edwin's house and tripped on a rock. Wait, why didn't. Is the brother still in the room?
I was just thinking that, but he did not give a fuck. He did not give a fuck.
He's definitely ride or die, but in the opposite. It's just died and run. What is.
Beautiful.
I fell unconscious and woke up in the hospital. My doctor, the same one who treated me before, entered the room.
I have good news and bad news, Mitch.
He is high as hell. My doctor started. Both
The
are
good
not
news.
good.
Anyway, here's the blunt. Sorry
The
about
good
your
news
kidney.
is I have a blunt.
The bad news is both of your kidneys are gone. The good news is that you had minor injuries and your parents are going to pick you up.
Oh, oh, I signed with relief.
The bad news is that your brother has been killed by some thing. Sorry.
Sorry. My parents took me back to Edwin's house to collect my remaining belongings, which I did. Upon entering my room, I was scared but remained calm. I grabbed my camera and then stopped dead in my tracks. In the hallway leading up to my room, I saw Edwin's body and something small laying next to it. Why is it still there? I retrieved it up and entered my parents' car, not mentioning Edwin's corpse. Why? I looked at the thing I had picked up and nearly vomited. I was holding my stolen half kidney with some black substance on it.
Oh, here's the writer. Here's the writer. It's
Ton
Azo
5,000.
5000,
That's
aka Thunder
hardcore.
slash Joey.
Joey, if you're out there, know that I love you. That's
No,
it.
you don't.
I
You
love
say
him.
that about every writer.
No?
Thunder Joey. If you're hearing this, you're not special. She said that to
Why
everyone.
would you say that? If you're out there listening to this, you're nobody.
That's not what I meant. It's just the fact that you say that to everyone.
Who's everyone? Thunder Joy?
You said you say that to everyone.
Yeah, everyone is Thunder Joy. Not Joy, by the way. I'm saying his name wrong.
He's the joy of our hearts. What did you think about the story?
I thought it was going to be like Jeff the Killer. I expected it to be a bit longer though. So seeing it be so short just kind of shook me to my core because I don't know. And like I was expecting the Tumblr sexy man look, you know?
Yeah, well, he is the Tumblr sexy man. The thing about him is that I feel like he's kind of like Jeffrey. I'm not exactly sure, so don't clip me on that. I'm never sure about anything I say. Uh, it's the fact that his picture was out before his story, so someone found the picture and was like, "Okay, I'm writing a story about this," and
That's
it's kind of
beautiful.
sticked, you know?
Honestly, isn't just every single creepypasta known to mankind?
No, because there
Oh,
are OC characters like Tiki Tabi that doesn't have like a picture that
but
influenced it.
wasn't like Tiki Tabi influenced like or took inspiration heavily from Slenderman and
Well,
I guess Jeffrey the Killer?
I wouldn't. Maybe it took. I don't know if it took inspiration from Jeff the Killer, but
It feels like it
yeah,
did.
I feel like it took more inspiration from Marble Hornets with the glitching and shit.
Uh,
But
yeah, okay, I see
I
that.
guess yeah. It definitely took inspiration from Slenderman since it's literally in the story.
Okay, I don't know how to feel about this one.
Um,
I can't tell if the author is 11 when he wrote this or he was like 17.
I feel like he was 11. I don't know. It's the fact that the doctor's speech is just like, "Oh, your kidney's missing. Sorry about it."
My favorite part, literally. Your brother has been killed by something. Sorry.
He's so casual about it. Like, also, who would say, like, what doctor would say, I have good news. The good news is that you have minor injuries and your parents are going to pick you up. Your parents are on their way and you're gonna be fine.
Don't worry,
That
Papa is coming.
exactly. 17-year-olds would have been like, my parents, that's the worst thing that could happen to me.
My parents. But like, this guy who's. How old is Mitch?
Like, I guess he's supposed to be an adult since he's like moving in and out of his, like,
His house is foreclosed. He has to be like 40.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm,
True, true.
I'm imagining Jeff the Killer doctor coming in and he's like, I'm
A
sorry about your brother.
Lots of brothers getting murdered in this town.
That's true. Just recently met a guy called Jeffrey.
Yeah, killed his own brother, which sucked. Also, his dad and mom, I guess.
He came to the hospital
No, not the
just to see the
no.
doctor. Hello. Is that chill?
he he needed to he needed to do his checkup.
That's so nice of him. Jeffrey the Killer got some tummy ache. Aw,
Yeah.
he's 11.
Hmm.
That's making me. I'm feeling maternal towards Jeffrey
He's
the Killer.
13. You keep
Oh,
forgetting.
I'm such a good father. Can't wait to have kids. I will
you are
forget
we are
everybody's birthday.
we already have kids.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
My uh I'm going to read Squidward's Suicide, which is also called Redmist, but where's the writer's name?
Why is it
Oh,
called Red Mist?
it's anonymous. There's a video that is associated with this one, but I guess I don't know if we can watch it.
Huh.
Is that copyrighted?
I
Maybe.
don't know. If you're curious, go watch it.
No, well, I watched it, so if
No,
you do,
the viewers,
oh,
the people
well,
watching us in the
well,
walls.
okay, but watch our video first. I'm gonna do the best writing you, like, reading you ever heard.
Sure.
I just want to start off by saying if you want an answer at the end, prepare to be disappointed. There just isn't one.
Thanks,
I
man.
wasn't. You're welcome. I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios for a year in 2005 for my degree in animation. It wasn't paid, of course, most internships aren't, but it did have some perks beyond education. To adults, it might not seem like a big one, but most kids at the time would go crazy over it. Now, since I worked directly with the editors and animators, I got to view the new episodes days before they aired. I'll get right to it without giving too many unnecessary details. They had every recently made SpongeBob movie, and the entire staff was somewhat sapped of creativity, so it took them longer to start up the season. But the delay lasted longer for more upsetting reasons. There was a problem with the series 4 premiere that set everyone and everything back for several months. Me and the two interns were in the editing room along with the lead animators and sound editors from the final cut. We received a copy that was supposed to be Fear of a Krabby Patty and gathered around the screen to watch. Now, given that it isn't my final yet, animators often put up mock title cards, sort of an inside joke for us, with phony, often lewd titles such as How Sex Doesn't Work instead of Rockabye Valve. or when SpongeBob and Patrick adopt a sea scallop. Nothing particularly funny, but work-related chuckles. So when we saw the title card Squidward Suicide, we didn't think it more than a morbid joke. One of the interns did a small throat laugh at it. The happy-go-lucky music plays as is normal. The story began with Squidward practicing his clarinet, hitting a few sour notes like normal. We hear SpongeBob laughing outside and Squidward stops, yelling at him to keep it down as he has a concert that night and needs to practice. SpongeBob says okay and goes to see Sandy with Patrick. The bubble splash of the screen comes up and we see the ending of Squidward's concert. This is when things began to seem off. While playing, a few frames repeat themselves, but the sound doesn't. At this point, sound is synced up with animation, so yes, that's not common. But when he stops playing, the sound finishes as if the skip never happened. There's a slight murmuring in the crowd before they begin to boo him. Not normal cartoon booing that is common in the show, but you could clearly hear malice in it. Squidward's in full frame and looks visibly afraid. The shot goes to the crowd with SpongeBob in the center frame, and he too is booing, which is very much unlike him. That isn't the oddest thing though. What is odd is everyone had the most hyper realistic eyes. Very detailed. Clearly not shots of real people's eyes, but something a bit more real than CGI. The pupils were red. Some of us looked at each other, obviously confused, but since we weren't the writers, we didn't question its appeal to children yet.
What? That would immediately be like, are we putting this in? Like, serious?
Well, you don't know the trends with the children yet. Like, they like murder and they like suicide, and you put a bunch of ropes in front of them. There's this kid called Randy or something. He has guns with his friends. They like go chase around this kid called Jeffrey. It's all fun.
Also, what's like up with the. Do you know why the super detailed stuff got really popular back then?
I guess it was like really against like the simplistic art styles. Like you wouldn't expect like a cartoon character to stop and have like hyper realistic features all of a sudden. So that was like, I guess, scary.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't know what started the trend, but every like game or like show creepypasta where there's a cursed tape or like there's a cursed copy CD or whatever of the game and you put it in, the character has hyper realistic eyes with hyper realistic blood.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. The shot goes to Squidward sitting on the edge of his bed, looking very forlorn. Okay. The view out of his porthole window is of a night sky, so it isn't very long after the concert. The unsettling part is at this point there is no sound, literally no sound. Not even the feedback from speakers in the room. It's as if the speakers were turned off, though their status showed them working perfectly. He just sat there, blinking, in the silence for about 30 seconds, and then he started to sob softly. He put his hands (in parentheses tentacles) over his eyes and cried quietly for a full minute more, all the while a sound in the background very slowly growing from nothing to barely audible. It sounded like a slight breeze through a forest.
Dude, I feel bad. I feel
You feel
sad.
bad about Squidward?
Yeah, this is getting me bummed out.
Yeah, it is sad. I never liked it when people like in the show didn't like his art or his clarinets.
Oh, I didn't like that show.
Oh.
I don't. I think it was because SpongeBob was too annoying for me as a child.
Aw.
I don't know.
Well,
He's.
he is annoying, but he's annoying in a nice way, just like you.
Yeah. What? Wait.
Yeah.
Repeat that back again, please. As it, like as an adult, I appreciate that show more because it's kind of cute and fun. But as a child, he just sounded annoying to me, so I never really got around watching it. But like,
I get what you mean. I got secondhand embarrassment whenever he did
Yeah.
something cringe.
But like, dude, why is this actually making me sad?
It is sad. Like, Squidward's a cutie patootie, so.
The part where his little tentacles over his eyes.
Baby.
What the hell, my
But
grown ass man?
wait, things are about to get intense.
Whoa.
The screen slowly begins to zoom in on his face. By slow, I mean it's only noticeable if you look at shots 10 seconds apart side by side. His sobbing gets louder, more full of hurt and anger. The screen then twitches a bit, as if it twists in on itself, for a split second, then back to normal. The wind through the trees sounds gets slowly louder and more severe, as if a storm is brewing somewhere. The eerie part is the sound, and the Squidward sobbing sounded real, as if the sound wasn't coming from the speakers, but as if the speakers were holes the sound was coming through from the other side.
Boo
As
hoo.
good as sound as the studio likes to have. They don't purchase the equipment to be that good to produce sound of that quality. Below the sound of the wind and sobbing, very faint, something sounded like laughing. It came at odd intervals and never lasted more than a second, so you had a hard time pinning it. We watched this show twice, so pardon me if things sound too specific, but I've had time to think about them. After 30 seconds of this, the screen blurred and twitched violently, and something flashed over the screen, as if a single frame was replaced. The LED animation editor paused and rewound frame by frame. What we saw was horrible. It was a still photo of a dead child. He couldn't have been more older than 6. The face was mangled and bloodied. One eye dangling over his upturned face popped. He was naked down to his underwear,
What?
his stomach crudely cut open and his entrails laying beside him. He was laying on some pavement that was probably a road. The most unsettling part was that there was a shadow of the photographer. There was no crime tape, no evidence tags or markers, and the angle was completely off for a shot designed for evidence. It would seem the photographer was the person responsible for the child's death. We were, of course, mortified. That's not what that word means, okay? Never mind. But pressed on, hoping that it was just a sick joke. The screen flipped back to Squidward, still sobbing, louder than before, and half body in frame. There was now what appeared to be blood running down his face from his eyes. The blood was also done in a hyper-realistic style. Looking if you touched it, you'd get blood on your fingers. The wind sounded as if it were that of a gale blowing through the forest. There were even snapping sounds of branches, the laughing, a deep baritone lasting at longer intervals and coming more frequently. After about 30 seconds, the screen again twisted and showed a single frame photo. The editor was reluctant to go back. We all were, but he knew he had to. This time the photo was that of what appeared to be a little girl, no older than the first child. She was laying on her stomach, her barrettes in a pool of blood next to her. Her left eye was too popped out and popped, naked except for her underpants. Her entrails were piled on top of her above another crude cut along her back. Again the body was on the street and the photographer's shadow was visible, very similar in size and shape to the first. I had to choke back a vomit and one intern, the only female in the room, ran out. The show resumed. About 5 seconds after the second photo played, Squidward went silent, as did all sound, like it was when the scene first started. He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in hyper-realism like the others were in the beginning of the episode. They were bleeding, bloodshot, and pulsating. He just stared at the screen as if watching the viewer. After about 10 seconds he started sobbing, this time not covering his eyes. The sound was piercing and loud, and most fear-inducing of all his sobbing was mixed with screams. Tears and blood were dripping down his face at a heavy rate. The wind sound came back, and so did the deep voice laughing, and this time the still photo lasted for a good 5 frames. The animator was able to stop it on the fourth and backed up. This time the photo was of a boy about the same age, but this time the scene was different. The entrails were just being pulled out from a stomach bound by a large hand, the right eye popped and dangling, blood trickling down from it. The animator proceeded. It was hard to believe, but the next one was different, but he couldn't tell what. He went on the next, same thing. He went back to the first and played them quicker, and I lost it. I vomited on the floor and the animating sound and editors gasping at the screen. The 5 frames were not as if they were 5 different photos. They were played out as if they were frames from a video. We saw the hand slowly lift out the guts. We saw the kid's eyes focus on it. We even saw 2 frames of the kids beginning to blink. The lead sound editor told us to stop. He had to call in the creator to see this. Mr. Hillenburg arrived within about 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was being called down there, so the editor just continued on the episode. Once the few frames were shown, all screaming, all sound stopped. Squidward was staring at the viewer full frame of the face for about 30 seconds. The shot quickly panned out, and that deep voice said,
Do it.
and we see in Squidward's hands a shotgun. He immediately puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. Realistic blood and brain matter splatters the wall behind him and his bed, and he flies back with the force. The last 5 seconds of this episode show his body on the bed, on his side, one eye dangling on what's left of his head above the floor, staring blankly at it. Then the episode ends. Mr. Hillenburg is obviously angry at this. He demanded to know what the heck was going on. Most people left the room at this point, so it was just a handful of us to watch it again. Viewing the episode twice only served to imprint the entirety of it in my mind and cause me horrible nightmares. I'm sorry I stayed. The only theory we could think of was the file edited by someone in the chain from the drawing studio to be there. The CTO was called to analyze when it happened. The analysis of the file did show it was edited over by some new material. However, the timestamp of it was a mere 24 seconds before we began viewing it. All equipment involved was examined for foreign software and hardware as well as glitches, as if the timestamp was may have glitched and showed the wrong time. But every time we checked out the fine, we don't know what happened, and to this body nobody does. There was an investigation due to the nature of the photos, but nothing came of it. No child scene was identified and no clues were gathered from the data involved, nor physical clues on the photos. I never believed in unexplainable phenomena before, but now that I have something happen and can't prove anything about it beyond anecdotal evidence, I think twice about things. And this is the picture.
Huh.
So what did we think?
I did not hate that. Maybe
Yeah, it was alright.
I never, maybe it's because I never read anything like this before. I think
Hmm.
if I read this if when I was in middle school or something, I would have been like, oh no.
Dude, the video actually kind of spooked me as a kid
Oh.
because of all the loud noises. I'm very sensitive.
Uh,
And now that everyone here knows that I'm sensitive to loud noises.
aren't you the one making them since you're a ghost?
No, I'm very quiet. I'm a good girl.
The way you lie is beautiful. The
I'm
thing
Yeah.
the thing is like I maybe it's because I'm built like a pillow. I was like, oh,
No, no.
Squidward, Squidward,
But
don't do it.
but but would you feel bad if it was Squidward who killed those kids?
How do you know that Squidward is the one killing them?
Well, why would he kill himself then?
He was booed on stage and he's sad and angry because even his best friend was booing him.
SpongeBob is, well, he is admittedly his kind of best friend.
They are best friends.
They're besties, yes.
Would you kill yourself too if I started booing you?
Um,
Booing you.
I think if you did that, um, yeah, I would probably record myself killing myself and then I would send it to you.
Oh, for
Yeah.
my private collection.
Sorry. Don't use it all at once.
Can't help myself. Wait, can you already kill yourself? You're already dead. Well, how
um,
does that work?
I double die.
What?
I double die.
What does that mean?
I just die again. Like I'm telling you.
Is it like where they forget the family members and they just like explode into dust or something?
Uh, what's called?
The movie, the animated movie. Coco.
I don't know what that is.
What? With the
Yeah,
one where like the child sings to his grandma and is like, "Grandma, remember the times you had with Papa."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, that clip makes me cry every time I watch. How? Okay, we're gonna watch it sometime. I'm.
Okay, well, since you said this, I get copyrighted, so we have to
Oh,
censor the name.
oh.
But if our viewers can guess what movie it is from it, Iya's little grandma,
They will know.
remember,
Remember me. Though
give
Papa
us.
did not come back, remember me.
Is that how the song goes?
I don't remember. I forgot.
See,
Kinda ironic, I know.
what's gonna happen is that we're gonna search for the movie, this movie night, and then it's gonna turn out to be like on some sketchy site, and we're gonna click on it, and the characters are gonna have hyper realistic eyes and hyper realistic blood.
Oh god, Grandma Suicide. God,
Oh no.
why is it taped like that? so, so that's today's episode, I guess.
Thank you guys for watching us. Admittedly, this video was, I think it was a little shorter than the other
It's
one.
only 30 minutes.
It's hopefully it'll be a little bit shorter if we edit some of the parts I fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be. I mean, but like, thank
And
you everyone for watching this. I'm still a noob at the
me
creepypasta
too.
thing, but you liar.
I you said noob, and I was like, yeah, me too. I didn't hear the creepypasta part. I am a noob at reading. When I read, my mind and my mouth go numb, and I sometimes like fuck up the words. But if you stayed until the end and was like very patient with me, I really appreciate you and thank you for staying with us.
Yes, for the next week's episode, I hope I will be more cultured by then somehow. I'm slowly learning the culture. I'm slowly
I'm
getting there.
I'm teaching you.
Thank you, master. Thank you.
Don't call me that in front of the viewers.
Okay, cut the cameras.